Hey, what's up, YouTubers? Aldo is Shay back with a brand new video for you here. First off, welcome back. Great to see everyone. Hope you are having a great week so far. So, guys, this is chapter 2 in my World Heavyweight Replica collection, as I call it, my Triple H collection, or Triple H World Heavyweight collection, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, if you guys came back because you have saw chapter 1, fantastic. Thank you so very much for clicking on this. If you Before we move any further, if you could do me a little favor of liking, sharing, do all you need to do in order to get me out there, it would be very much appreciated. Anyway, moving forward. So in chapter 1, we looked at the Winged Eagle, and we looked at the WCW World Heavyweight Championship, aka the WCW Big Gold. Now, going forward, we are going to the step up from both of them. Now, you guys should know what I'm talking about as soon as I've said the step up. In 1998, the day after WrestleMania 14, when Stone Cold Steve Austin had won the WWF Championship, the Winged Eagle, the following night on Monday Night Raw, Vince McMahon came down with a whole new belt. Literally a whole new belt. And in fact, I have that belt right here, or at least a version of it. When this came out on TV, it was quite a surprise, as we have grown to know it as is the blue block Big Eagle, as it was baptized in the belt community. When this came out, everybody was in a state of surprise, because we kind of thought to ourselves, well, wait a minute, what the heck is that? We seen Steve Austin win the championship the following night against Shawn Michaels. What's this all about? And in fact, Michael Cole and JR, I don't think the script was written properly, because Michael Cole and JR, who were doing commentary for the first hour of Raw, turned around and said the WWF Championship. JR said, I think that's a whole new belt. Now, if they had done this properly, and I am assuming this was created mere weeks before WrestleMania 14, they could have had a coronation or something like that. But of course, that wasn't the Austin and McMahon storyline at the time. Originally, if it was any other superstar going over on Shawn Michaels, I believe that would have been the original thing to do. Give that current superstar a new version of the WWF Championship. But of course, Vince McMahon was talking to the crowds, saying all that he needed to say to build people up. And then all of a sudden, the glass shatters, Steve Austin comes out, and we see him holding the Winged Eagle. He looks up at the ring, he sees this, the brand new belt, and instantly drops the Winged Eagle on Vince McMahon's foot, takes this, does his Steve Austin pose, and the rest, as they say, is history. Unfortunately, the life of this did not last very long. The life of it only lasted up until, on TV wise, July 1998. So from late March 1998, all the way up to July 1998. That is the only lifespan that this had. Of course, the year later, when Arnold Schwarzenegger was on SmackDown for a TV appearance, Vince McMahon awarded him this championship, because obviously the current championship, the scratch logo, was being worked in an angle, and so Arnold Schwarzenegger technically is the last person to have this physical version of the championship. I don't know if he still has that in his trophy room, maybe, but officially the only two men to hold this version of the WWE Championship is actually just Stone Cold Steve Austin and Kane, Glenn Jacobs, who won it in the First Blood match at King. Glenn Jacobs winning at the First Blood match at the King of the Ring, 98, and then Steve Austin winning it back the following night on Raw, which a lot of people say that was kind of shafty. Kane only having it for 12 hours, essentially. And, well, 24 hours, whichever you want to call it. Technically 12 hours for taping time. And, yeah, this disappeared through July. I want to say it was maybe at the Fully Loaded pay-per-view in July when Steve Austin came out with his Smoking Skull belt. And, yeah, this unfortunately disappeared. And we never saw the light of day until we got a brand new Big Eagle in November. But that's another chapter. That is chapter 3. But as I'm going to hold this up against the camera, so this block WWF Championship is a real made belt. It is absolutely beautiful. The plates on it are really nice. There is a few nitpicks here and there, but nothing really major. The only unfortunate thing is the strap is not the best looking strap. As far as the real made belts that I have to say that my Intercontinental Championship black block Intercontinental Championship is probably the best strap that I have, next to my NWA World Heavyweight Championship that is right at the top there. But yeah, it's an absolutely beautiful looking belt. I wish it had more shelf life than what it did, but it hasn't. And as you can see, the strap is fully flexible. It has just, I'm going to bring it up again to the camera, but it's absolutely beautiful. And I will get into the belt maker if I can, because nope, I can't. Nope, no belt maker on this, so it is what it is. But it's absolutely beautiful. I actually can't remember off the top of my head who made this, but anyway, I'm sure once I put up the review, I'm sure people will put in the comments who did it. In fact, that would be very much appreciated. So this unfortunately faded away in July of '98, as I say. The next belt that we're going to look into just now, this actual physical version didn't come out until, I want to say, maybe January, February of 2003, because the actual physical name of the championship came about in September of 2002 when Triple H was awarded it. And yeah, that's right, it is the WWE version of the Big Gold, and it is absolutely lovely. But the negatives of it is this is the 2005 version, so this is very the plates themselves are very flat. Yes, there is a curve in there, but it's very flat, and there's not an awful lot of in-depth on the plates. That's another replica in another review, which I'll get you guys to look at, which is the 2014 network logo version of this. And if anybody has seen that review that I've done on this channel, that is definitely heads and tails above this, no doubt about it. But the strap, in case you're wondering, is a real made strap that I got off of eBay. It is not the best, I have to say. I've never replaced it either. I would like to, but at the same time, I just can't justify the funds for a real made red strap. I actually believe that this looks a hell of a lot better on a red strap. But in saying that, I do have the actual official strap that came along with it as well. So I will show that in the review too. But I actually got Ric Flair to sign this a few years ago, many years ago, when he was in Edinburgh. And yeah, I'll get into, as I say, I will get into the strap as well because it's with part of this. So as I say, this is the 2005 version, and there's the WWE flashy to say it's authentic. But yeah, anybody that knows anything about this version of the championship knows that it came about in, as I say, September of 2002. It went from this it went from, not this flat version, sorry, I'm correcting myself here. It went from the WCW version that was last seen on TV in April of 2002. They used that for a good few months, and then in 2003 they came about with the E version where the scratch logo was actually on the championship. And this actually, for a long time, this actually became known as the Triple H Reign of Terror belt. With this being on Raw and Triple H being the man, this belt and him were certainly synonymous with each other. A few other folk that were synonymous with this championship are the likes of Dave Bautista, The Undertaker, Edge, aka Adam Copeland, in fact, Randy Orton as well. Some great guys have won this from 2002 going all the way up to December 2013, I want to say, that it was unified, where John Cena and Randy Orton had a unification match where they decided to just make one championship again, and Randy Orton won that and became the undisputed WWE World Heavyweight Champion, where at the time he was holding both this and the Scratch big logo championship. But anyway, rambling again as I always do. But yeah, it is a really good belt in my collection. As I say, the plates are a bit flat, unfortunately. They don't come on leaps and bounds until much later, which is a few chapters down the road of this series, so please keep an eye out for that. But before I ramble anymore, guys, let's get into what we're going to talk about here today, and that is more replicas. Okay guys, so here is the in-depth review on my blue block logo WWF Championship Big Eagle. I love these long names for all of them. It's such a mouthful. But anyway, they are what they are. Yeah, this real made block logo is absolutely lovely. Unfortunately, during the time of making this video and the original review, I can't pinpoint who actually made this. I did get this off of eBay, but I can't remember at the time. If I do eventually find out, I will put it in, or if I do remember who did it, I will put in post. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. It's a beautiful looking belt regardless. Now, at the top, we have the WWF block logo, the original block logo, with a blue background, and it looks absolutely, it looks good. I was going to say it looks absolutely lovely there, but after shining it up against the light, unfortunately on this main plate, the maker of it didn't do a great shining job, where there is still work marks on it, but other than that, there is nothing really wrong with it. It's just obviously the work marks are still on it, so the original belt maker didn't actually clean it properly. But at the same time, regardless, I would say I could probably toss it up and just call it battle damage. But anyway, so below that you have the Sunblast effect starting at the top. The Sunblast effect goes behind the logo as well. It's a really nice blue background though behind the logo, I have to say. The Sunblast effect, they are quite in depth too, really in depth, almost on the level as to the make of them now, of this E version that's out there. You have the eagle. You can just make out its eye. The eagle does look nice, I have to say, despite the work marks on it. The wings are nicely spread. They are really nice in depth on them as well. They do have touches of the Sunblast behind them. Then you have the eagle's feet holding the globe. Now the globe is not the right color blue. Unfortunately, it should be a little bit more darker. I think it almost on the level of this, but maybe a bit lighter. And that's in all three globes. So you have the main globe here with the United States and Canada. Then you have this side of the world. Then you have this side of the world. But these pop out as well. They are really nice. And I believe on the updated version, these pop out as well. And then the Sunblast effect does continue on past them, where it's behind the sidebars. Now the sidebars on this original version, I could be wrong. I'm sure Mr. Hazard will correct me if I'm wrong. There wasn't these have gaps in them, and originally I don't think there was. On the original version, I believe these did have a bit plate behind them, but of course Stone Cold Steve Austin treating the belts the way he did, these had the tendency to break off, and I believe on the updated version these are blocked in as well. And below the globe you have World Wrestling Federation, and that has a Sunblast ripple effect underneath that name bar. And then you have the actual name bar, which has champion done in an absolutely lovely way. It's similar to what was on the Winged Eagle, just in the reverse. A bit reverse, but bigger, obviously. These are quite in depth, which is really nice. Then the Sunblast effect is below that too. And then on the belt as well, you have fake zirconias going at key points in the belt. These are very nice. They do pop out. Obviously not the zirconias that are around now, but they do make it look good. And then onto side plates 2 and 3, you have the McMahon coat of arms, being a lion, holding a nugget texture WWF block logo shield, which looks really nice. The lion has a Sunblast effect behind that, which is quite in depth. And then you have a rope effect border square, which the side plate is part of. And on the second one, you have the Sunblast effect again with a rope effect going around the square, and then you have a nugget textured block logo WWF shield and 2 Zirconias in the shield, which is very, very nice. And then on the other side, you have a McMahon coat of arms lying again, where you have holding a shield with the actual McMahon coat of arms. The Sunblast effect is in there. Then the rope effect squares going around again. Then you have a blue WWF logo smacked at the top there. And same as the other side, Sunblast effect with a rope border going around in a square. And then you have a nugget textured WWF shield, which looks quite nice with 2 Zirconias in there. Then you have the 6 property plate, which has JMR on it, 1998. So this is off the JMR design, as many people know. And this has got the block WWF logo on it with World Heavyweight Champion, which is fantastic. I love this. Then on our strap, the strap is actually really nice, I have to say. Despite the flaws on the main plate, the strap is quite nice. The only unfortunate thing is, like I said earlier in the video, my IC Real Made strap is a lot better, where these bits are actually covered up. So that maker made a full wraparound strap, where these ones are just, it's a bit cut, which isn't really good, but it is what it is. Then you have an etchy aero effect in the snap box, and all the way through the strap you have a very light shell border that goes all the way through the actual strap onto the other side. And then you have the scratch aero effect too on this side. And if I flip it over very gently, so the strap has a bit of wear and tear in it, but nothing too bad, nothing to write home about. Bolts are covered up. Nothing coming away here, which is quite nice. Despite its flaws, other than that, it is an actual nice version of the WWF WWE Championship. Yeah. As I say, despite it, it is a nice version. Okay guys, so here is a in-depth review of the 2005 version of the WWE Big Gold on this real red strap. It is nice, I have to say. Before I get into the plates, let me show you the strap, just so you can see that it is authentic. So on the strap itself, it has the traditional flower border, then the traditional aero effect snaps, and the flower effect again, and it has the traditional shell-shaped border that goes all the way to the other side. Ric Flair's signature 16 time on it. I think if I got him to do it now, I'd ask him to put his Hall of Fame one on it. Maybe if I wanted to meet him. Then the snap box continues over here for the floral effect, and then on the back, the authentic WWE scratch logo flashy 2005, and this strap is still in good nick despite its age. Despite a few bubbles here and there, made by figures, still in good nick for its age. Anyway, onto the plates. Plates themselves, keep in mind from 2005, these are still quite flat. what I've also noticed as well, before I go any further, the plates from that era as well. And I'm talking about the plates from the big gold from 1999 of WCW up to about here, about this time, if not a wee bit longer. Those nameplates fit on these belts, but as far as the 2014 version of the big gold, and in fact, I think even in the Crimline version of the big gold that WWE Shop released a couple of years ago, the nameplates only fit on here. They do not fit on the updated version. I've tried it. It's almost as if they didn't take the template from here to keep the nameplates going. So if you bought a 2014 version, your nameplates aren't going to fit, unfortunately. You'd have to buy a bunch of big golds from 2014 in order to get like custom nameplates if you were wanting to chop and change with them. But anyway, so you have the WWE scratch logo at the top there with a plain background of gold. You have World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion beneath that. Very flat, not 3D at all, but it looks okay. Then you have the crown with red rubies, 3 fake zirconias here. This one is battle damaged. I have lost this one. I have just been meaning to get it replaced, but just never gotten around to it. Then below that, you have a little pop-out globe, a little 3D effect on there, which is quite nice. And then below that, you have my Edge Rated R nameplate. I associate this with Edge as he's the person that won it the most, so that's the reason why I have this nameplate on. And plus, it looks shit hot, I have to say. And then, of course, you have the 2 grapplers either side of here. Belt is needing a little bit more cleaning. In all honesty, I really need to get back into cleaning these better full time. These grapplers are obviously not as in depth as what the updated versions are, but it is what it is. Then you have the traditional floral pattern starting at the top, and that goes all the way through the belt. They kept as much as the WCW version as possible, obviously added the scratch logo at the top, but other than that, they tried to keep as much of the floral pattern as possible, just all gaps here and there. And then, of course, you have the rope border that comes with the belt, and the red ruby studs that follow and go all the way through the main plate. Then on to side plate number 1. Unfortunately, I've lost a red ruby here, so this needs to get replaced eventually. But I have 3 red ruby studs there with a grappler in the 2 sets of grapplers in the middle, and a floral pattern going all the way through the plate, and the rope border goes all the way through here as well, which is very nice. Obviously, in the 2014 version and in the Crimline version, these plates are far improved, much improved, and I will get onto those belts in a few videos time. Again, same as the other side, 2 grapplers with the floral pattern around them. You have a gap, the plain white gold gapping around the grapplers too. 4 red ruby studs, and then the rope border going all the way around that. Then on this red strap, unfortunately, I'm sorry to say, this is one of the first ones that I got back in the day when I started this hobby. So it was about £30 that I paid for this on eBay, which in the US market is about £30 is about $40 odd, $41. at the time it was. It might be different now, obviously, but it is what it is. It is a real leather. It's quite nice. Unfortunately, it's got the gap pin, the same as the Big Eagle belt does, but it's okay. They've kept the traditional rope bit that was rope etching that was in the original belt, which is quite nice. I like the red on this. If I had a little bit more money now, I'd probably update this to an updated strap, but obviously I would have to put in the specifications of these plates just so the belt maker punched the right holes through. And as you can see on the back, as I say, I got this in the early noughties, so the strap is still looking good, still holding up. So the early noughties, and this is now 2025. It's done not bad, I have to say. So give me 2 seconds. And there is both belts together. So WWF block logo, Big Eagle on traditional blue, real made strap. WWE big gold from 2005 plates. Again, there's a strap that comes along with it, but of course this is on a red real strap. And yeah, so as you could say in this day and age, this for SmackDown, this for Raw. So yeah, they do look good with each other. I didn't think they would, but they really do. So guys, thank you so very much for watching this review on Chapter 2 of my World Heavyweight Replica collection. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I've certainly enjoyed making it today. Now, as far as these two are concerned, my favourite version of both belts, I'm going to have to say that this is my favourite, simply because I love it. I love it. This is my favourite, and I don't think I'm alone here. I think several people really love this version of the WWF WWE Championship. So this is definitely my favourite one, and in fact, this has to be in my top 5 or 6 as far as my replicas are concerned. But yeah, it's true. But anyway, and thank you again so very much for watching this. Again, if you guys could like, share, subscribe, do all you need to do in order to get me out there, would be very much appreciated. Keep an eye out for more chapters of this collection as well. And I'm currently working on chapter 3, so keep an eye out for that. That should be dropped very, very soon as well. But yeah, please comment below. Let me know which out of these two were your favourite versions, and comment below and let me know which is your favourite version of a World Heavyweight Championship, whether it was in the WWF, WWE, WCW, ECW, AWA, TNA Impact, Japan, through the whole pro wrestling universe. Let's chat. I'd be very much interested to know your thoughts. But anyway, guys, I'll get off here just now. As I always say, guys, dreams be the journey. You guys take care.